Hi there, I'm Camilo Torres, and welcome again to Flow Community Podcast. In here, we're going to have amazing conversations with the beautiful people that has joined our community. We're going to get a lot of inspiration from their life journeys, their creations, their passions, because we believe that when you share your unique story, you can be an inspiration to others. So please enjoy this new episode. And also, I would love to invite you to join our community. And if you would like to be part of this podcast, please go for more details to our website, flowwithcommunity.com. Thank you. So please welcome Oriona Robb. Hi, Oriona.
Hello, Camilo. How are you?
Good, and thank you so much for being here. It's like a pleasure to have you. It's amazing, and I have read a lot about what you have done, your website, and it's impressive about how you're helping people through fashion to find their identity, and it's nice. So can you tell me a little bit more about it?
Sure. First of all, thank you so much for having me. I don't know, something from the moment we kind of first met and had our first conversation, I thought that there was something really special about you and very special about this community, and also being able to share the message and I don't know, delve a little bit deeper into the subject. It's really very close to my heart. So I'm very honored to be here, and thank you.
Oh no, nice. And then also this, like what you say when we met, I think fashion for me is very important, like my everyday. Could be from pajamas to just go out to buy the milk, and also to go out for a nice dinner. And anyway, it's part of my identity. It's part of how I feel when I go out. And I can't wait. So let's start.
Let's start, absolutely.
So tell me I'll let you just explain.
So I work with. So for me, it's always like, okay, how do you want to kind of introduce yourself without, concentrating about and speaking about myself? But what I do, I advise men and women how they can create a wearable and functional wardrobe for maximum impact. So I'm very much about personal style. And personal style is that unspoken language that kind of creates first an ongoing impression. So the first impression you on average have about, 3 seconds to kind of decide if you like someone, dislike someone, if they kind of grab your attention or not. And then obviously it's an ongoing impression that it's something that, people, when they get to know you, they kind of decide if you can be, for example, they can be working with you, and they have to decide if you're a good person to be promoted, or if you are, your style, and you not just style as a style, but it's the style of working and also presenting yourself is strong enough to kind of find client's face and so on. So that's what I do. What I do, I try to help them to create a very authentic brand that is good for them to own it.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's super nice. And I feel like that's part of the identity. And what do you think about, what is the relationship between fashion and identity of the people?
So fashion and identity. So fashion is, as I have mentioned, that kind of a silent, unspoken part of your identity. So you can kind of use it for your advantage or disadvantage. So it's depend on how you would like to express. So for example, you have mentioned to me that obviously you are an architect, so you're working in creative world, which means that you are very sensitive. I'm just guessing, but because you said it's very important for me the way I dress, even the way I choose my pajama, which makes me think that you are very sensitive to details, and I'm guessing being architectural, you have to be. Where other people, for example, work. My clients work in kind of finance, and they work in tech, and depending. So you are sensitive to this, and your eye might be very kind of well trained to see details. Okay, and it's important to you. So it's part of your identity. I work with people who sometimes don't have that eye. They don't have the eye, and they don't know how to express it. So they feel a little bit confused. And that can be part of the fact that, for example, they are too busy, or maybe they're a bit too geeky, they're very smart, they just delivering extraordinary things, like anything from doctors to tech to business people. They don't have time. They don't have, it's just not part of their DNA. But at some point of their career, they realize that it's important for them to be able to express that as well. So that's why where I come in and try to help them to discover this identity. So sometimes, like for yourself, it can come quite easily. You know your identity. You know how to, you're proud of it. You know where the detail can make a difference, where other people just don't have the same intuition when it comes to it. So sometimes I feel like people come to me and they just feel really confused, and they like, okay, I like this, but how do I get there? So unfortunately, it's not a quick fix. It's very much about answering a few questions, being comfortable with yourself. I believe that having identity is feeling comfortable.
Yes.
So it's, if I would tell you, okay, Camilo, can you please wear this and that, which is not part of your identity, which is part of your personal style, you'll be like, no, I'm never gonna wear that. It's just I don't feel like me.
And I feel like if you're being forced to wear something, then when you're out there, you project something completely different. And like you could see the mannequin and you could see, okay, or a model.
Yeah.
And okay, I want to wear the same. And then if you don't feel uncomfortable, then the people that sits, the result is going to be, because
something is just not working.
Yes. Yeah.
So you're fidgeting. So that's when your body language can really give away if you're feeling comfortable or not. Because feeling comfortable in your skin, okay, we could sit here. I could sit here because I feel good. I could go like this. I could probably take my shoes off, like take my blazer. I know how to choose my makeup, how to choose my accessories. I know how to choose my clothes, and I know that is part of my identity, and I'm very comfortable with that. But it just didn't happen for me. It didn't happen for me straight away. I had to work on it.
Yeah, how was your journey?
Yeah. That's another story.
It's going to be very interesting. Just tell us.
So one thing I'm going to come back to, but number one, never happened. I didn't just wake up. People go like, "Oh, Mike, you're a stylist, so it's so easy for you. You always look good." Reverse back. That takes a lot of planning, a lot of trying different things. So error and how do you call that? Error and
try and error.
Try and error,
Yeah.
yes, and confidence. So and also it's not that what I wear now, it's not what I'm gonna wear in the future. So I don't know about you, but I feel like my style evolves all the time. So I liked yesterday, I might go, I like that, but I'm going to give it a bit of,
twist. Yeah. I feel, okay, thank you. And like my journey as well with my own fashion is exactly the same. I feel like when I evolve and my fashion evolves, and for me, fashion, it's, what you said, and I'm completely agree, it's part of my identity. My personal identity. And my journey, for example, I always talk about self-love.
Yeah.
The self-love, I've been in a journey of self-love like the last 3 years or 2 years. And then anyway, I think that journey you will never end until the end of your days.
Yeah.
But then, what was I saying? So part of that, before that journey, I was wearing what the industry, like the same people was wearing, or what the country or the culture was wearing, and so I was like trying to like fit exactly. And then anyway, with this journey, like I feel and anyway I feel more comfortable choosing my clothes because this is is what you see. It's what I feel, and it's my identity. It's my personal identity. So, and it's an evolution. So it's important. Yeah, it's all related.
It's just constantly moving one way or another. And I also, I work with people who, like yourself, feel like they have to fit in, especially women that work in film and, they are on kind of higher level CEO, or so on, and they have to work in the male environment, and they come to me because they go, how do I put my identity? So I'm feminine lady. I like color. I like to express myself. But when I go to the boardroom, I'm surrounded by men. So how do you find that balance? I don't want to wear masculine suits. I still want to be kind of looking, respecting, and representing the brand. But how can I still bring my femininity into this muscular world? So, so it's very a kind of involved. Yes, very. So it is a bit of a journey to be able to be. Some women who've got very strong character, they go like, I don't care, I just wear what I like. Yeah. But for other people, it's a journey. So being accept, and also, you ask me what's my journey. My journey was, to really kind of accept my body. So being kind of like, okay, I'm a curvy girl. I go in a bit, out, in, out. And I just wanted to be thin and tall, like some of my friends.
Stereotype European model.
No, but exactly. And I wanted, to have flat tummy, and I wanted, to look, I wanted to wear high-waisted trousers that just didn't look good on me. And I struggled with that for a bit, trying to figure it out, trying to be like my friends who had this kind of body, and trying to figure it out, okay, so how can I navigate and, feel like me and accept that this is my body? So it's very much about acceptance as well. And I think you've mentioned as well.
Self-love, it goes there. Yeah. Because, wow, yeah, and accepting your body, I mean, you're both like anyway. I wish we could all go out naked.
Yes, exactly. But
fashion is important to us because
totally.
This is like anyway. We cover is our protection against the weather and of course our intimate parts.
Yeah.
But that's super related. If you're very comfortable with your body, like whatever you wear.
Whatever you wear, if you know how your body kind of works, so if you know the proportion, so this is one of the things that I do for my clients. I try to go like, okay, we're not going to take the measurements because I don't want them to feel, I usually, because I'm really well trained, I will be able to say what size they are on the top and the bottom without taking the measurements. So I feel the moment and this is not just for my female clients, but for men as well. As soon as you take a measuring tape, it's just that moment that people go, oh my God, like, and they start and go like, oh, I put a few pounds on or whatever. So I never actually do this. I look at the proportions of the body and how the body, so what the proportions between your legs with your upper body, how if you've got, kind of a fullness somewhere, where you've got, the thinnest part of your body, how do we draw attention to the things that you love? And draw attentions away from you, maybe the things that you don't like about yourself. Yeah. So this is how I work. I work on a very holistic way of trying to find out from my clients about how they feel about their body, and being able to do that. So
very interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me, what do you think about fast fashion and all these new brands and anyway, all this unstable fashion? I feel like people is just buying, throw away, like using once and then throw away. Anyway, what is your thinking?
So
about?
I feel like the fast fashion is definitely a topic that we need to talk about. I believe we need to educate our children. Listen, as a mother of three girls who obviously they all love fashion, I feel like it's kind of our generation responsibility to educate them and start making changes. And yes, everything at the moment is super fast. We live in a very fast-paced world. Everything is available. You don't have to wait for it. It can be delivered with literally the same day or even within an hour or so. So it's very tempting. But I believe that in order to change that, first you have to really, so something we have discussed, to really kind of spend some time to figure it out, your identity, your personal style. And when you're comfortable with that, really plan what works for you and what doesn't. Mm-hmm. So how do you shop, for example?
So I haven't shopped for ages. Mm-hmm. I like, for example, this jumper. It's like, without lying, 8 years old. Mm-hmm. And then anyway, because of my journey and my self-love and what I said, lately my fashion is like, I enjoy that's some of my creative expression, of my everyday creative expression. And I have a wardrobe. I haven't thrown anything away. What I'm doing now, it's experimenting with my own wardrobe and just try new things within that. No wearing what I used to wear like 2 years ago and the same like outfit combination.
Yeah.
It's like doing something different or wearing it completely different and experimenting with my own wardrobe without buying more. And then also for me, I prefer to wait a little bit, save a little bit more money, and buy something that will last.
Yes.
And then for me, like something a little bit more classic that doesn't go out of fashion. Like this jumper is just a navy jumper.
It will stay in the wardrobe.
Yeah, exactly. So why throw away? And it's like it works nicely, and that's it. I'm not getting why not? If it's very cheap, and it lasts the same. I have also a lot of clothing like that, but yeah, I'm not trying to just buy for one thing and then throw away. I'm like part of my self-love. It's the connection that I have within this planet, within where we live, and again, like everything that we consume affecting this planet. So that's how I shop. Yeah.
That's exactly how. That means that also, like, to me, to listen to this is you are in a very comfortable place at the moment. I believe that you kind of know where you want to be. You're happy where you are at this thing, so you don't need any kind of external things to kind of add any kind of emotion to it, which is really really beautiful place to be. So congratulations. I would say for anybody else who is trying to figure it out is to recognize, for example, your shopping habits. So you could be, for example, shopping because you feel a bit sad or because you just you received a newsletter. You click on it and you're just looking for that dopamine kind of feeling of excitement, and we just feel so, the most excited moment is when you feel that you just bought something, so you think, oh my god, this is amazing. But the question is, whatever you are buying, is this something that can go for at least 3-4 other items that you already have in your wardrobe? Are you buying by impulse? Are you buying because you're sad? Are you buying because you're hungry? It's a little bit, we sometimes trying to fill the hole. So we kind of go, and an easier way to do is like literally click and it's being delivered. But the question is, will you use it? Is it important to you? So I always tell my clients, make a list and stick to it. Ask yourself 3 questions. Is it something that you can wear for the next couple of years? Does it go with a couple of things that you already own? And is it part of your identity? Does it work? Or is it something that you just saw on someone, for example? But also, so I'm fortunate enough to work with a lot of really amazing, sustainable designers, small brands, people who are actually crafting from, working in the basement in the office, below the office, and really kind of trying to create things here in the UK, and being kind of and make something really beautiful that will kind of last for a very long time. But obviously things like this are a little bit more expensive because there is a lot of love and labor goes into that. So I totally appreciate that it's not something that everybody can do. But if you can't, I would suggest to really look at, for example, H&M's got sustainable kind of brand attached to it. So you just have to change the way you're looking things, and also donate, kind of resell your clothes that no longer serve you.
Yeah, 100%. And I feel like, I don't know, before, like, donate is perfect, but also when you go to charity shops, there is a lot of good clothing that you can, like, rebuy and use it, and then again put it. So it's a way of recycle. Before, and I have to accept, before I had this mentality of, oh no, I'm not one to buy anything in the charity shop or anything. But then sometimes you have like a bag or anyway, it's up to everyone anyway. But like a handbag or I don't know, a jumper maybe, or an accessory, a necklace or something. Why not? It's like, and then if you don't use it, well, put it back there. Just don't throw away, and just we can recycle.
Totally. Or you can even give to someone. Like you could, if you're making a kind of clear out or edit out of your wardrobe, you can create different piles. So it could be pile that you can ask your friends and family to take from you, but you need to ask them you have to give them a deadline. It's in my house until tomorrow. Otherwise, I always say, like, when you're doing an edit and you keep the items that you have edited, then it's just that energy that stays, so it doesn't feel the same. I always say try to kind of get rid of it as soon as you can from your house. So either give it to your friends, take it to charity, organize collection by someone that can help you sell it, or kind of put this in a completely different bag that if you're trying to sell it yourself, that it's just not part of your everyday life. So it just feels a little bit refreshing after doing that.
Nice, interesting. And what do you think about fashion being a creative expression? I mentioned it before for myself, but what do you think about that?
Fashion is definitely it's an external thing, isn't it? So it's definitely creative, but it's also it can be also a silent expression. So creative, it means that you can express this in a different way, but I also believe it can be silent. So it could be something that it's not even like super loud. It could be something that your identity could be, I don't know, your navy jumper. And it could be that you're just going to be wearing your navy jumper. So it's all of a sudden, it's kind of creative, but it also quite silent because it's just a navy jumper. There is no access. Today you're wearing amazing accessories. So it's not just a navy jumper. It's got a touch of creativity to it.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
So I think fashion definitely gives us a chance to express and be who you want to be, and that can be from a culture kind of perspective. That can be your way of expressing your things. So,
yes.
Some people in different cultures have to cover their heads and things like this, which is still quite creative.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's just being able to kind of find your way of being creative and use fashion for your advantage.
Nice.
So being able to kind of express yourself when you establish your identity, then you can figure it out ways of how you can express that by being creative and by using fashion.
Nice.
So that's what I'm thinking.
Wow.
How about you? What do you think?
Thank you. Well, yeah, exactly. Like I completely agree with you, and that's amazing. And I don't have more words to complete. I think for me, like when I select my outfit to go out for today, or going to a party or something, the combination only like which top and bottom. Which one? That's like the switch of creativity, and then that lights me.
That just
the
gives
day.
you.
I'm like, oh wow, and then maybe let's try something else, and that's for me it's fun. It's not a worried part of the day.
Yeah.
So it's kind of give me energy when it's the time of select
Just
the clothes, and I'm getting very excited. That's just for me.
But also, like, I guess if you're going somewhere special and you want to look slightly different, this is where your creative expression comes as well, because you might want to express yourself in a completely different way.
Completely.
So we can wear, when we feel comfortable in our own bodies, we can wear different hats. We can look like this for office, but then for our socializing, so our professional image can be completely different to our personal image.
Totally.
But the confidence stayed the same.
Exactly.
And expression
and the true identity
stays the same. So it's just being able to have that within you and feel like, I feel confident. I feel empowered, and I feel like this is me, and I either take it or leave it.
Nice. Oh, wow. Thank you so much, Oriona.
My pleasure.
Oh, it's been a pleasure. And you want to tell us your website, or where can we find you, your business?
Sure. So you can all find me on orionarobb.com, and you can find me on social media on LinkedIn and Instagram. And I always love talking to people, so there is a link that you can click and schedule a 15 minutes consultation with me. If you've got any questions, I'm always very happy to answer.
And I'm sure this is not the only podcast, so I'm sure we're going to have more podcasts.
I hope so, yes. Maybe you can all kind of let us know what would you like us to talk about next.
Yes, that would be nice. Yes.
So leave the comments below.
Right, thank you so much. And and I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.